Tony, how you doing?
Mate?
I would shake your hand.
You can't shake my hand.
I'll pat it back.
How's it going?
Yeah, good
Good
man,
to see
good.
you. Congratulations on
Thank
baby.
you. Thank
How's it
you.
feel to be a dad?
Yeah, again.
Again, was it second?
Second.
Oh, we've got a second on the way now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
congratulations.
yes, you have.
We have.
Hi, Samuel Leeds here, and in this video, this is a very special video. I've had a lot of requests recently because people that buy HMO properties, they buy them up north or they buy deals, whether they buy them through us or associated companies, or they find them off the back of the training, they'll often say, hey, I've just bought this house, this will be the return on investment, or these are the figures. And sometimes people say to me, Samuel, can you bring someone back maybe 6 months later and then get a real account of the figures? So we've got a guy with us today. His name is Mark. He's bought a HMO actually through our sourcing company. So Mark, thanks so much for coming down.
Not a problem at all. It's good to be here.
Yeah, so how did you first get in touch with myself?
So I, like many people, found you on YouTube. I started watching a bit of your stuff. I bought your book. And then I had some money and I just wanted to get straight in. So I phoned up your sourcing company and I went straight in and bought the first deal that came through, to be honest.
Great, so you're
Yeah,
a real
had the
action
money.
taker.
I wanted to go.
We did do a video of us going around the house
Yep.
the day you got the keys.
Yeah.
And you were happy.
Yep, really happy.
Totally, I mean, you kind of did everything by the book, literally by my book, because you're a businessman naturally, but
yeah.
you bought it without feelings.
No.
You didn't know the area super well. No properties in the area.
No.
It's up north.
Yeah.
And you just bought it.
Yeah.
Kind of blind.
Completely blind.
So why did you put down, what was the sourcing? You paid us a couple grand or whatever it was.
£3 grand, three and a half grand.
Three and a half
something
grand.
like that.
So why would you pay £3,500 over in faith? I mean, is it because you'd read the book or what was it?
I mean, I've done business with a lot of people. Everything that the company was saying made sense. I had a conversation with a guy called Elliot. He was really good, taught me through the process. It all makes perfect sense to me. And the reality is £3,500 to pay someone to do all of that work for me is good value for money, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't really feel that nervous about it. There was a little bit there, you know, you never really know.
Yeah.
I hadn't been to one of your crash courses. I'm now booked on one.
Finally? So you did it the other way around, really?
Yeah, so I'll be coming along. But I just felt that it all made sense. And when the figures all make sense, it's time to take some action.
Yeah,
and
brilliant.
if you wait, opportunity passes you by.
And do you remember what return on investment we were telling you it would likely to achieve?
I think it's 25 to 30%.
So we said it's going to achieve somewhere between 25-30%.
Yeah.
So tell us what happened then. So we've already done video 1 where you've kind of gone through the process. We've been around the house.
Yeah.
This is video 2. So in video 1, remind me of what we were thinking and where we were up to.
So we thought that we would get £1,500 a month in rent. Actually, when I bought it from Elliot, he was saying £1,400 a month, $350 per room.
Yeah.
And we managed to get a little bit more. So we got $375 per room. That was slightly because we went for a better, I would say higher spec of decoration.
Sure.
We had painters in, we made sure that we put a feature wall in, we got good new furniture in, we got art on the wall.
Yeah.
We did some other nice little things, like we got a TV on the wall in the
How much
in the
did you
lounge.
spend on the total refurb?
Total refurb, including furniture and everything else,
Yeah.
be around 10,000.
About £9,000-10,000, which is not a massive amount, including furniture.
And when we spoke, I said I wasn't going to do the bathroom.
Yeah.
I ended up doing the bathroom.
Sure, you did it.
£800.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I
And
just
also,
felt it was
if a
worth
good
doing.
sourcing company is selling a property, they should be always a little bit more conservative rather than optimistic. So instead of saying, oh, you'll probably get about 400, it's better to say 350, and then you end up getting 375.
I mean, that was our market research. We had done an advert when we bought the property just to see what we thought.
And you know what? That's so good you did that, because although you've paid somebody to find the property for you and to do all the research, you're still buying it.
Yeah.
It's still going to be your house.
You need to feel 100% certain.
It's not my house or Elliot's house
no.
or Alistair's house. It's your house. No. So you did a lot of market research, and then you were comfortable that
I wouldn't say a lot. I did some.
Okay.
I put an advert up and I let it run for about 4 hours and had 4 or 5 inquiries.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
And that was enough.
And also, when you do market research, it's funny because it's really important, especially when you're buying a HMO, that you don't ring up single letting agencies.
No.
You've got to speak to the right people, the right team. Sometimes people get scared off because they hear something negative, but the person that's talking is completely unqualified to say.
Absolutely.
So you bought it.
Yep.
We predicted that you'd do your refurb, and the refurb might take, I don't know, a couple of months. How long did it take?
It took us refurb and letting fully.
No, just tell me the refurb.
Oh, just refurb, about 2 weeks.
So the refurb took 2 weeks,
That's
2 or 3
fire doors,
weeks.
new fire alarm. There's a couple of things we didn't know about, so we had to put a new fuse board in.
Okay.
It had an old fuse board. We got a safety certificate for the electrics.
Yeah.
That was an extra 450 quid.
Okay.
There was a few little things that came up.
And then, so that took about 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks.
How long, once the refurb was done, did it take to get 4 people paying
2
renting?
weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
That's good.
2 weeks.
That's good. So 2 weeks, and you were
2
getting...
weeks to get them their deposits. The last one only moved in about a week ago.
Sure.
So from it actually being fully let with people in it was probably about 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But it was 2 weeks to get all the deposits.
Sure.
So some of them had to put notice on another house or move
of
to
course.
the area. So there's a little bit more in voids, but not much.
Yeah. So tell us then. So you're now renting out for approximately £1,500 a month.
14,750.
14,750. You invested about just over 9 grand for the complete refurb.
Yep.
What other costs did you put down?
There's obviously legal, stamp duty. What else was there? Legal, stamp duty, refurb. That was and then once we had our first tenant in, we found out there was a small leak from the roof.
Oh.
And unfortunately, that was £1,400. So
Annoying.
it was a lot bigger than we thought it was going to be when we first found the leak.
Yeah.
But that's now done. They've done a 10-year warranty. They've refelted the roof.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm holding this. My exit strategy is death. I'm holding this forever. It doesn't really matter.
No.
1,400 quid a month.
And
so
that
the first
is-
month's rent, right?
And that is one of the things, it's the first month's rent, and that is one of the things that happen in property. Sometimes there are costs, you need contingency in there.
Yeah.
I put 10% of my rent aside for repairs because it happens, but then at the same time, your property goes up in value, you get paid an income from it every month. So what, with all being said, including the roof, which we didn't expect, and everything, what is your return on investment figure?
27.4%.
27.4%, which is not bad.
27.4.
So it's still bang on in the middle of what we said.
Yeah. It would have been 30. It would have been 30.
Yeah.
Or close to.
Which means that after just under 4 years, you've made all your money back.
Yep.
Your property is likely to increase in value.
It already has. I mean, we started this journey with you about a year ago. Because there were some issues with the vendor, it took a long time. Another house has sold recently on the same road in worse condition for about 10% more than we bought this for.
Wow.
So we think that it's already increased in value. And actually, we're looking forward to remortgaging, refinancing, and extracting some of that value back out.
When are you planning on doing that?
Probably in the next 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Pulling some of your money out.
I think we'll get all of it out.
Do you really?
I do.
That would be nice.
Or at least most of it. We've done a good job on the refurb.
Yeah.
And I had some really good contractors in to do that. So
incredible.
Yeah, really happy.
So in that case, it's not going to take 4 years to get your money back.
No, not at all.
And then giving you an income. What's the profit you're making each month?
Profit's about £920.
$920 a month. What was something that a few people asked from the last video?
Okay.
Was your mortgage payments are so cheap.
Yeah.
You briefly explained it on the video, but people were very unsure of how that works. I know you're really into your...
My mortgage payment wasn't actually as cheap as I thought it was. I misquoted. I think I said something like £96.
Yeah.
It's £128.
Okay.
But it's
still very low.
Yeah. It's 1.69%.
So how on earth are you paying less than 2% interest on a multi-let property? What lender?
I have no idea.
What lender did you go with?
We are with, is it Birmingham Midshires?
I'm not sure, but I tell you what though, what I do know is
I've recently bought, the thing is...
Did you go with the broker we put you in touch with?
Yes.
That's the thing. You know what? Sometimes, if you turn a light on, you know that the light will come on. You press a switch, it comes on.
Yeah.
You don't understand, you might, but I don't. You don't necessarily have to understand how it works.
Yeah.
You just know that if you do this, the light comes on. Some people I see come into my training programs, or they're looking at buying a property, they're trying to figure out everything before they make a single move. So they'll say, you know, what are the interest rates and how does this work and what's this? And the bottom line is just speak to a good broker. Just have a good power team together and then have some faith.
And just with some basic maths, you know that with a £100,000 loan, every percent is going to be £1,000.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking big amounts of money. So you can stress test these properties. Certainly with the formula that you teach, you can stress test them quite high before they become loss making.
Yeah.
So just interest rates aren't a thing. I mean, not for me.
Yeah.
And everything that the Bank of England is saying, and as you know, I am quite into my finances.
Yeah.
But everything Mark Carney's saying is expect a new normal around half the long-term normal. So that is less than 2.5%.
Expect a new normal. Explain that, please.
So he recently came out and said expect the new long-term normal to be less than half the previous long-term normal. When
lost me.
When he put out the 2.1...
When who did?
Mark Carney, Governor of Bank of England.
Okay.
So we're not expecting in the next 10 years any rate rises above 2.5%.
I did a video on this recently and basically said that you can fix interest rates to up to 10 years.
And I think I was quoting something like 4.something%.
Yeah.
So who's expecting it to go above that?
Yeah.
No one.
No, exactly. But then people use that as an excuse not to buy. They use everything as an excuse not to take action, not to change their life.
One thing I'd say to all those people, though, is as somebody who does take action, somebody who is enjoying the fruits of investing, and I absolutely love investing. I think saving is for mugs, investing is where the money is.
Yeah.
And it's just so liberating to see the money roll in when you're doing nothing towards it. And I recently worked out what I earn per hour, even when I sleep, per month.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it on camera, but it's really reassuring to know that while you're asleep, you're still earning really well.
Well, right now, people might be able to sense I'm in a little bit of pain with my with my leg. But while I was in the hospital in Uganda with my wife at home, unable to do anything, having to pay for operations, knowing that I've got a passive income coming in, I don't have to worry about money, is incredible.
For you, it was life-saving, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
that's
actually.
The reality.
Yeah.
The reality is if you didn't have that passive income, then your situation could be so much worse.
Yeah, true.
So much worse.
Now,
that's quite humbling as well, I think.
Yeah. Back to your house.
Go for it.
HMOs are changing quite a lot.
Yes.
There's certain areas that are becoming a little bit saturated.
Yes.
The rules are getting stricter. But you were not affected by that.
No.
Because yours was how many bedrooms?
4 bedroom.
4 bed. So there's no license.
3 bed and a 4.
You've turned it into a 4 bed.
Yeah.
So there was no license needed. No Article 4 in that part of the area, and it's in Sheffield, right?
Sheffield.
Which is fantastic. So because I know you're planning on buying a lot more, what's your strategy going to be looking like in the future?
I think it's hard to second guess where everything's going long term.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, I believe that the HMO market will remain strong. I think it's where the value is for the end consumer. I think people will struggle, especially when they're young, to afford to rent a full house. And why would you want to? You'd be lonely anyway. I know when I moved to London the first time, I rented a 4-bedroom house and there was 4 of us sharing. And we had a great time there. I wouldn't have wanted to have that experience any other way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me, my strategy will continue to be buying at this end of the market, but making sure I do a good renovation, making sure I do a good quality furniture.
Because you could have spent £3,000 instead of £9,000. And
you're not going to differentiate yourself.
And shortcut everything.
There's 300 adverts for spare rooms in Sheffield.
Yeah.
I needed mine to look like it was the best.
Yeah.
And that didn't mean I needed to do £5,000 bathrooms.
Yeah.
That means I needed to buy a £50 piece of art for the wall.
Yes.
And that's where the value is. And,
Yeah.
and for me, my differentiating was by making sure I planned out the renovation correctly.
Brilliant.
And I've now got a team who are going to do that for me.
That's incredible. Because you're a big thinker.
Yeah.
So you do everything. You don't do anything by half. Tell me a little bit about your business background.
So I've done quite a few things. My background's probably recruitment, marketing, sales.
Yeah.
So I've run my own recruitment business. I've had an online marketing business. More recently, I've got a fairly large ground transportation business, which I'm involved in, and a few other projects that are going on at the moment. So, yeah, I've got quite a varied and rounded business background, if you like, but mostly around looking for opportunities to create value. And I think the reason that the HMO market is so strong and such a good business model is that you take a product that and you add value to it. That's the whole definition of how you create wealth, is by adding value.
That's right.
So you take something, you add value, you do it to the specification that your clients want, and by calling them tenants and us landlords, I think is a little bit wrong because it makes it feel a bit wrong. Refer to them all as clients, and suddenly you realise that actually you're the business owner, they're the client.
Yeah.
Provide them with the service that they expect.
And the house is the product.
Yeah, the house is the product. So if you build a crappy product, you're not going to have many customers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you build a good product, and
I think it was Shelley High that said a dog kennel will attract dogs.
right. Yeah,
You know, you want to make sure that
absolutely.
and you can overdo it, and you can unnecessarily spend.
Yeah. I could have done a new kitchen, $3,000, new bathroom, $6,000. I could have gone top spec, but this is a $100,000 house.
Yeah.
That would be unproportional.
Yeah.
I could have remodeled the garden. I could have made it fantastic. But that's not actually, when I did my market research, that's not what people were buying. People were buying the properties that looked good and were in good condition and came with little things like, I've got in there a monthly cleaner, which doesn't cost me an awful lot, but it means I've got someone looking at the property, making sure that it's maintained to a high standard, and any
And you factored all that into the return on investment.
Yeah.
It's still
It's quite
20.
small. It's quite a small cost.
But
for a
then
monthly cleaner.
£1,500 a month or £1,475
Yeah.
on a $100,000 house is not bad.
It's strong rent.
It is
strong rent. I've got a property in London, which is $375,000, and that rents out for £1,100 a month.
Incredible. So it's less rent and it's 3 times the price more than.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So what lessons have you learned then from buying this property, talking with me, and everything you've done?
Okay, so the lessons. It's not really anything I didn't really know because I would always have budgeted for a contingency, but I guess for most people, they're not budgeting a contingency or they're going in going, how cheap can I do this?
Yeah.
I think that's a really dangerous place to be starting from because you need to be able to finish the project and you need to be able to rent it out.
Yeah.
I think having a contingency is one of the biggest things.
And by that, you just mean having a buffer if things don't go quite right.
A couple of grand. We're not talking tens of thousands.
Yes.
But I can imagine somebody getting to that point and going, I haven't got the money for the
And
roof.
also, I think
that's a problem.
Having a couple of grand is fantastic to begin with, but I also think it's really important with the monthly income. You could very easily just say, my bills and my mortgage payments are X, therefore everything that's left is mine. Yeah. I think it's really important to leave a little buffer each month.
Oh, absolutely.
For if things don't go right. And you've got to take, with property, you've got to take the good and the bad.
Yeah.
That mostly it is good. There are some bad. If you just focus on just the bad, I had a bad tenant, I had this, then you become a crap magnet. And then the bad starts becoming more. But if you just say, okay, on the game Cash Flow 101, I don't know if you've played it.
I haven't.
Oh, mate, it's brilliant. Cash Flow 101, invented by Robert Kiyosaki. Sometimes you roll the dice and you land on a doodad.
Right.
And a doodad is just an expense. It just means you need to pay the government or whatever X amount of money. And it trains your brain to just go, oh, it's a doodad. Okay. There's nothing you can do about it. You just got to pay it and then move on with the game. And I think that's right. What would you say?
No, absolutely. I think you've got these expenses. The one thing that I've learned as an investor is that my income's probably trebled over the last 12 months. Yeah. But my expenses have stayed the same.
Brilliant.
And I don't live a bad life. I live a very comfortable life. But I've been enjoying investing. And I think when your passion is creating wealth, then actually you can do it really quickly. Yeah,
it's brilliant. And you bought the property. Are you going to be buying more houses up north, more HMOs?
Absolutely. We've got offers out on 2 more right now.
Well, in Sheffield?
One of them is accepted, all good, all done. Yeah. That one, we're just getting the mortgage sorted out on.
I also think as well, sometimes people watching this might think, oh, Sheffield is the gold mine area. No,
it's anywhere. It's anywhere. My product, the reason I would now do Sheffield is that I've got one there, it makes sense, and I've got my relationships there.
And your power team.
If you're starting out from scratch, it can be anywhere. Yeah. And in fact, if I was starting out from scratch, I might not pick Sheffield. Yeah.
You only pick Sheffield because you just so happen to have that opportunity come across you.
It's a little bit more expensive than other areas. Yeah. There's Article 4 just down the road. It's got some problems. There's a lot of issues with working there. Actually, if I was doing it again, I might not pick Sheffield. Yeah. But so true. While I've got my power team there, as you said, and I've got people that I trust there,
each investor needs to find their own gold mine area. Yeah. There's not one magic gold mine area. No. For me, I'm investing a lot in the Midlands still. I've got certain areas, and that's great. And I assume, I know you did, but you bought through a company?
Yes.
So you're saving on the tax relief.
Yeah, and if you reinvest the profits into another asset, then there's no corporation tax to pay.
Yeah, of course.
So you can start to scale up and multiply that up by being tax efficient.
Love that.
I think that's one of the things that actually, if people go and look at a compound interest calculator and go, actually, if I reinvest my profits rather than declaring them as profit and taking a dividend, look at how quickly that adds up.
Yes.
And that's how you can create more wealth quickly.
That's so true. And people ask me a lot about specialist mortgage advice and ask me for tax advice. Listen, like me and you aren't qualified to give that.
No, not
You've been given advice by your tax accountant.
Absolutely.
I introduced you to my broker. He got you the best. The best thing to do is, and I'm sure you'd agree, just get a good power team, get a good broker, get a good accountant, get them in your team.
100%.
You don't need to employ them. You just pay them per transaction.
Yeah.
So fantastic.
And it's the old adage with insurance. It seems expensive until you need it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
An accountant seems really expensive until he saves you all that money.
Of course. And if you're buying multiple properties,
And
it's
he might
a
not save
no-brainer.
you all in the first instance.
Yeah.
He might not save you anything for the first 2 or 3 years, but it's then it comes in big lumps, I think.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I'm really grateful that you've come back down to the offices just to share your story.
No,
and
absolutely.
it's been great catching up.
You too.
So thank you so much for coming out.
it's been brilliant.
And I wish you all the best in your
too, buddy.
journey.
Brilliant.
Thank you,
very
mate.
much. No problems.
Cheers. Thank you so much for watching. If you benefited from that video, please do share it with your family and friends. For more videos like it, you can watch right here. And if you'd like to spend 2 days with me at the Property Investors Crash Course, watch this video, see what happens. But whatever you do, don't forget to subscribe right here, and I'll see you next time.